My name is Mr. Anderson, and this is the only program on the internet, on the interweb, that actually takes the time to show you all the amazing Kickstarters from the indie comic market that are currently available for you amazing backers to back. This is Kickstarter issue 33. We get to rumble with kings, color while being broke down, and give a penny to whisper in a Guano Guy's ear. What does all that mean? Well, we're going to find out right now as we dive into our section. Remember, you can find this section by just hitting Kickstarter, and by hitting that button in our menu, Kickstarter, it takes you instantly to all the Kickstarters that are live. So here we go. Rumble Kings, #1. A group of exiled soldiers travel through an alternative futuristic dystopia. That's going to be on the program. I think that we have a disconnect, though. That is going to be ending now, but this is not the right screen loaded, so we're just going to load the right one. Here we go. Because in the right screen, we start with the fact that supporting a Kickstarter only takes $1 single dollar. $1 single dollar. Show support, attracts attention, funds projects, supports creators, and creates new worlds. And if you're looking to create your own new world, you want a Kickstarter, check out the amazing Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by the amazing Boston Metaphysical Society creator, Madeline Holling Rising. Now available on Amazon. Of course, we were talking about Rumble Kings, which time is running out. They're in their last day. So act now if you want to be part, or actually last 2 days, if you want to be part of this amazing project. We're going to talk about Penny for Your Soul, Whispers in Necropolis, Public Domain, The Crowding of Dragos, The Other Side, The Hexing, Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies, new to the program, The Guano Guys back, Dr. Orange, Murder Issue, Colored Tales of Dreadful Dolls, that'll scare you, Gabriel Trollos, Odds and Even, that's new. Also new to the program is Like Father, Like Daughter, Collected Edition. Rumble Kings is funded, Travis. So that is awesome. I believe they're working on some stretch goals, but that's what we're going to find out in Last Rites. Right now, we're going to wind up watching all the trailers because everyone loves trailers. And that's what these videos on Kickstarter are. They're trailers for the actual comic books. So let's see how this trailer for Rumble Kings turns your backer dollar on. All right, I know you guys want to back that, but before you run off to Kickstarter and back that amazing project, let's check out Penny for Your Soul, Pestilence Chapter 4. Now, that's a trailer. Even the credits scene looked impressive. But before you go drop a lot of pennies on this Kickstarter, let's check out Whispers in Necropolis. Kind of spooky, right? I know that kind of unravels my nerves. So, speaking of things unraveling, check out how these public domain figures have unraveled and become accessible to brand new creators. All right, guys, let's see about the crowding of the Dragos. Now, I did accidentally have to cut that off because I wanted to post everything. So I'm just going to take a second. We're going to watch it again uninterrupted on the Facebook feed. I know you guys on YouTube didn't notice anything, but I just want to make sure we give the proper love. How cool was that, guys? All right, as you guys can see, I'm trying to mess around with this to make sure I get everyone some love on the screen, and it's not working out the way I want it to right now. That's okay. I'll make it happen. We're going to move on in the meantime. To the other side of nowhere. wish there was some more narrative in that because it looks really good. But I just don't feel it got the proper love it deserves. So we're going to find out more about the hexing right now.
Hey, what's up, Indiegogo? My name is Michael McGarvey. I'm the writer and the creator of the hexing. Come check out my project.
Hawaii Paradise 5-0, a beautiful state with a rich and diverse culture. But for some, it's not all sunshine and surf. Meet Samantha, a shy teenage outsider from Ewa Beach, Hawaii, living locals, loyal friend, and a total wallflower in every sense of the word, who just wants to stop being bullied. Everything was fine until the day she meets Era, a mortgage relief consultant by day and Kulam High priestess by night. Samantha's life is shattered when her family home is lost to mortgage theft. Samantha and her family soon find themselves devastated and helpless in the darkness. Samantha discovers on ancient Filipino magic, kulam. Consumed by revenge, Samantha uses it to change her life for better or worse. Can Samantha use her newfound power to bring her family justice and get her home back? Or will this mysterious power reveal an even deeper darkness? Help us bring Hawaii's own supernatural horror comic to life. The Rainbow State is about to get dark.
By backing our project, you will help make the first supernatural horror comic set entirely in Hawaii. First came up with the idea back in 2009. I thought, what would you do if you had magic? And what would you do if magic actually worked? So that's what kind of intrigued me about the story. I moved back home to Hawaii, and I knew I wanted to tell a story that was unique to Hawaii, that showed the local culture more accurately. During my research, I discovered a form of Filipino folk magic known as kulam. Kulam is practiced throughout the Philippine Islands and is used for mostly medicinal and healing purposes. There are some who use it for black magic. Imagery of someone out in the jungle under the moonlight casting spells was just so strong, I knew I had to use it in my story. We are asking for donations to beef up the artwork in our book. We want to redo the inks and tones to give it more of a moody and atmospheric type of feel. But we're also raising funds to do the next installment of the series, which is the Hexing Part 2, Fire with Fire. Our crowdfunding budget is $6,600. This will cover our artwork, printing, packaging, safety net, and processing fees. So we're moving away from Waikiki and we're showing a more urban and grittier side of the islands. It's suspenseful, it's thrilling, and there's also a lot of freaky supernatural stuff that goes on in the story. So if you love paranormal stuff or monsters, there's a little bit of all of that for you. You know, we got a great team. They've been working really hard, and they got some really amazing stuff to show you guys. But we cannot do it without you, the fans. So back our project. The Rainbow State is about to get dark.
Again, I was kind of surprised that they were called the Rainbow State. I didn't know they were. Of course, I believe that has a lot to do with the amount of, sorry, I'm going to sneeze, the amount of rainbows that they get. But I was just interested to find out that they were considered that. Didn't know that. Learned something from a video. Check out this amazing project. Broke down in 4 darkness. Now, for those who don't know Travis, he's out there trying to help out as many indie creators as he can. He's, of course, the head project manager currently on The Advocate. For those who don't know what The Advocator, I should say. The Advocator is a pretty much, it's bringing indie comics together and allowing them a platform to show off their characters and their stories within 4 pages, and it'll follow creators to their table in different places. It's an amazing idea. It's a grassroots campaign for indie comics. It's going to be fantastic. And he's been working with so many different creators, and he's been so busy with that. If you guys could just give him a share to help him reach some more of his stretch goals. I know he's been so busy trying to get the Advocator together that he hasn't been able to properly promote himself. So if you guys could do that, definitely, you know, reach out and help him out. And speaking of helping out, why don't you help out the Guano Guy?
Oh, Guano Guy, you are. Oh, hey, didn't see you come in there. Well, I mean, I'm Mark, and if you've met me at a convention or one of the store signings I've done in Florida, you probably already know that I'm the writer and the creator of Guano Guy. And so far, I've done 4 issues already myself. But I'm coming to Kickstarter because now I'm working on issue 2.5. It's 20 pages, full color hilarity, 2 different artists. Why half? Oh, well, they're half issues because it's 20 pages, but they're all short stories. You know, a little bit of digestible fun that you can get in just a few minutes. So anyway, for this new one, here's some of the art by Alexander Unlin that's going to be in this new issue. Pretty fantastic looking. We've got all kinds of cool rewards, fun levels with different things you can get, and anything you can do to help will be much appreciated, even if that help is just sharing it on social media or telling a friend about it. Even that help would be very, very appreciated. So thanks again for taking time to check out my Kickstarter, and I hope to see you at that show. Bye.
I love the energy that comes off Mark, man. I've been able to have him at some panels of mine, and I consider him a personal friend. Just a great guy, man. Absolutely fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, let's check out Dr. Orange.
My name is Pumpkin. My name is Pumpkin. My name is Pumpkin. My name is Pumpkin. My name is Pumpkin.
Hey, sorry about that first part. Those are just some fans that are pretty excited about the comic coming out. I'm pretty excited too. I'm Joseph Dewis. I'm the writer and creator of Dr. Orange. With me here is my friend Chuck. I brought him here for moral support. He said he's going to go on a diet at the beginning of 2018, and I think he's done pretty well with it. Say hi, Chuck. No, I forgot. I thought I meant to say anything. I didn't want to upstage me. Anyway, Dr. Orange is a psychological horror comic. It's about a woman who carves a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. And then she starts having dreams that the jack-o'-lantern is coming after her to ruin her life. And then when she wakes up, she sees things are moved around the house. The problem is she has schizophrenia, so she's had a history of hallucinations, and she's not really sure what's real and what isn't. So if you like horror comics, I think you'll like it. So I'll show you some of the rewards. Chuck here has a copy of the standard. Dr. Orange comic is 22 pages, completely self-contained, has everything in one book for you. He's also wearing the Dr. Orange latex Halloween mask. If you've seen the movie Halloween 3, the quality of the mask is pretty similar to the masks used in that one. It's at the top end of the rewards bundle with some other stuff. And if you pledge for physical rewards in the first 48 hours, you get a free art print. It's a copy of the cover of our upcoming comic, The Crusade of Dracula. And we also have Dr. Orange art prints bundled in with some of the rewards. And we also have some other comics and stickers. So I'm going to show you some art from the book. And thank you so much for pledging and sharing.
Yeah, man, that looks awesome. I love the fact that Halloween is coming and all the horror books are coming out. Speaking of horror, let's talk about Murder One. Oh, man. That don't get you in the Halloween spirit. Maybe this will. It's the Colorful Tales of the Dreadful Dolls adult coloring book. Get your crayons out, or maybe be freaked out.
My daughter was born with a giant hole in her face. It was a cleft lip and a cleft palate. And while we quickly realized it wasn't a big thing, it really affected a lot of people when they saw her at first. And that reaction has always fascinated me. People are drawn to the beauty of how unique and unusual it is, or they're put off by it and find it unsettling because it's different. My fascination with these reactions came out in my art from a show that I did that was in an art gallery that was called Art is Dangerous. What I did was I went out and I found porcelain dolls and I broke them. And then I glued them back together slightly askew. And then I took these dolls and I put them in a room, and people would walk in and they would have one of those two reactions. They would either be drawn to it or they'd be put off by it. So after the show was over, I had 8 porcelain dolls with cracked faces all staring at me in my studio. And I didn't quite know what to do with them. And then I had a friend mention something about doing an illustration of them, and that kind of snowballed into a coloring book. Colorful Tales of Dreadful Dolls is a coloring book for adults. It features 20 pages of unique illustrations depicting unnerving dolls. Each illustration is accompanied by a short tale of the doll's eerie circumstances. The artwork is done by myself, Carrie Varner. The stories are written by Ryan Faracelli, and several of the pieces are inspired by images from Rhythm Rider photography. I've had a wonderful time putting together the artwork for Colorful Tales of Dreadful Dolls, and I'm excited to be launching this Kickstarter so these terrifying dolls can get out of my art studio and into your homes. And by the way, for those of you wondering, my daughter is doing just great. In fact, she's in the house coloring one of my sample pages right now.
Okay, I gotta be honest. That does creep me out, but I love the story behind it. I love the energy in that video. That video should be a how to make a Kickstarter video. That was fantastic. That video alone has me wanting to jump on the Kickstarter, but slow down. We'll all get to Kickstarter. We're gonna get there. We got a couple more to look through though. A couple more things to earn your dollars while you're going to Kickstarter store. So check out Odds and Evens.
Anyone who's ever been a kid knows how weird and complicated growing up can be, right? Now, imagine how superpowers would change things. For the gifted characters in Odds and Evens, childhood presents a whole different set of challenges. Odds and Evens tells the story of 4 superpowered friends trying to balance the day-to-day struggles of being a kid while battling monsters and evildoers at the same time. And you thought your after-school homework was hard.
Hello, I'm Gabriel Troya, creator of Odds and Evens. When I was about 9 years old, I would go on nature walks in many different parks. As I was walking, all these ideas would come to life. So I asked my dad, can I turn this into a graphic novel? And instead of having to wait till I got older, he's actually helping me right now. We finally are getting to the final product.
Gabriel's vision was facilitated by a team of professional creators. Writer Mike Bullock, illustrator Fernando Panish, and letterer-producer Josh Aitken have already brought Odds and Evens to digital format with a complete story and full-color illustrations. Now, Gabriel and his collaborators have come to Kickstarter for your help to put the story in print. If you choose to back this project, Your contribution will help fund the physical printing costs, distribution, and ultimately, we hope that this origin story will be successful enough to produce the next installment of Gabriel's story. If you're a fan of superheroes, comics and graphic novels, and coming-of-age stories, or you simply want to support the independent creative community, please become a backer today, and remember to share this project if you know someone who might enjoy odds and evens as well.
With your help, we can make this real. Thank you.
I love the fact that all these kid creators are coming out of the woodwork and creating some amazing stories. It makes me feel like I'm falling behind and I got to work harder, man. I'll tell you the truth, man. I feel like I got to get my hustle on. Speaking of good hustle, let's talk about the hustle behind Like Father, Like Daughter, 100-page collected edition. Just take a look.
Guys, this is Comic Guano, and I am here to welcome you to our Kickstarter for Like Father, Like Daughter, The Trade. This is a book that will be collecting our first 4 issues of Like Father, Like Daughter, our first story arc of the series. And what is this series about? It's about a high school girl. Father left her to become a full-time superhero. Everyone in the world loves him except for her, and then she inherits his abilities. That's our elevator pitch for the series. And this is something Short Fuse Media and I have been working on for about 5 years now, maybe even longer. This was our first project. This was Short Fuse Media's first thing in publishing, and now look how many books we have. And we are ready to continue. I have a lot of stories written for Like Father, Like Daughter. We are in production for issue 5. Yeah, just a lot of things going on with this series, and I love it. It's my baby. So I would love you guys to support this book. Either if you've read it, there are some really good goodies in this trade, just a really well-crafted trade. And if you've never read it, this is obviously a great jumping on point for the series. And of course, we have some great things for backers. You can go check that out on the side, and hopefully you guys can support. So thank you guys so much. And this is Kat, the author of Like Father, Like Daughter, and of course, Comic Guano.
So that is the show, believe it or not. I was trying to figure out who actually gave us the heads up about the odds and evens. Oh, Joe Spricer. He did it. So I was wondering about that. I wanted to give him the credit because I noticed we didn't put him in the credit sheet. We should actually tag him, make sure he knows that this was featured on the show today. I thank you all for showing up. I don't think we're going to do a recap at the end of this anymore, because I don't think anyone really needs it. We did the recap at the beginning of the show. You guys are great. I appreciate you tuning in. A lot of good Kickstarters. Go over there now. I put all the comments in the, I put all the Kickstarter links in the comments section. That's on our site. You can find it right now. Just go to Kickstarter and find it. Remember to join our Facebook group. If you join our Facebook group, like you see what happened with Joe Spicer, even though I did not see it, okay, on our site, Catherine had put it on. She had put it on the actual group already. So I got it through an email, which is awesome too. Emails making us aware, but you guys can see that, you know, anything can and will work, and you can always find the live Kickstarters here. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me. And remember to support creators on Kickstarter. And here's a great idea. Why not get a PDF on a Kickstarter and then go find them at a show and have them sign a book and get a physical copy from them on the Comic-Con highway? What a great idea, right, guys? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Mr. Anderson, and I am the advocating creator, the unboxable one, in fact, who advocated for all these Kickstarters today. And anytime you need me to advocate for you, just send us an email, indieadvocates@yahoo.com.